Everybody, and welcome to the third seminar in this series. I hope you're having a great half term and having a chance to relax and having a chance to step away maybe from some work, having a chance, of course, it's Halloween tonight, so hopefully maybe doing something special for that as well. So thank you for joining, for those of you that are joining, and those of you that will be looking at this video at a later date, welcome. Tonight's session is going to be fairly short, so don't worry about the length of time, but it is an important topic I just want to mention and talk about. And that topic tonight is going to be sleep. Hopefully none of you are sleeping. That wouldn't be good, but we're going to talk a little bit about sleep. And we could talk about sleep for hours, but I purposely kept it short so we get some key points across and hopefully things that you can remember and take away from this seminar tonight. So sleep is really important, okay, and it's important for many reasons, and I'm going to cover off some of them later on, but I thought I'd start with just some interesting facts. And if you Google sleep, there's lots of different facts, but some of the stuff that sort of interests me and made me sort of think, oh, that's interesting. And first of all is the fact that 75% of us dream in colour, and I'd never thought of this before. But 75% of us dream in colour, and before colour TV came in, and none of you remember that, it was only 15%. So because we're watching TV in colour, because we watch our phones in colour and all that, we now dream in colour. And I find that really interesting from the point of the fact that dreaming is really important, because when we dream, the brain gets rid of information. When we dream, the brain has a detox. It sort of gets rid of stuff it doesn't need anymore, make room for new stuff. So think about dreaming as really important. Okay, so when you dream, it's an important part of the way we sleep. One of the biggest sleep distractions is the 24/7 world we live in. You know, very often, if you can't sleep, you can do anything in the middle of the night, can't you? You know, you can order things on Amazon, you can order things here, do everything. So the world doesn't stop, and sometimes that affects the way we look at sleep. And it's important, we'll talk a little bit later, it's important that we put things in place that world doesn't affect our sleep. We still have good sleep, although the world around us continues and everything's going on. Going without sleep, by the way, makes you hungry. So that's my excuse. When I'm overeating or eating things I shouldn't eat, is that being tired makes you hungry. We need more food because we need more. The body needs more energy because it hasn't slept. And babies up to the age of 1, you and me will in this will need about 12 to 16 hours sleep a day. Imagine that, 12 to 16 hours. You're sleeping more than half the day. It sounds bliss to me. And I can't wait maybe when I retire so I can go back and sleep in half of the day. But 12 to 16 hours sleep, as their bodies grow, as their bodies develop, as their brains develop, they need all that rest, they need all that sleep. So if babies need that, if it's important for babies as they develop, it's really important for us. Yeah, it's important for us to have enough sleep. So the first thing I want you to think about tonight is, do you have enough sleep? Do you look after your sleep really well? And do you make sure that you make things suitable for you to have sleep? Okay. So the importance of sleep. Why is it important to sleep? Well, there's loads of reasons, loads of research, loads of scientific reasons why it's important to sleep. And I'm just going to mention some of them. Firstly, is when we sleep, it's important to sleep so we have a clear mind. Now, we have a clear mind so that we're able to make just better decisions. For instance, if I'm driving a car, I need to have a clear mind to make decisions about driving and making instant decisions on the road. If I'm tired, I don't make such good decisions. If I'm making decisions about work, if I'm tired, then I don't make such good decisions about that. So having a clear mind is really important. Secondly, having good sleep means we reduce stress and worry. Because when we're tired, when we don't have some good sleep, we tend to be more stressed. We tend to be a bit more irritable. Yeah, you know, have you thought about that? Maybe when you haven't had a good night's sleep, or when you've been up late and the next day just tired, and everybody's getting on your nerves, maybe, and a bit stressed, a bit irritable, and bad moods. Yeah. So the importance of sleep for our mood is really important. And when you've had a really long day, when you're tired anyway, a good night's sleep is really important. And I know people preach about that. My mother and father used to tell me all the time about having sleep, and I thought, oh, it's not that important. It really is. Yeah, it reduces stress, it reduces worry. We deal with things in a much better way than we would otherwise. And that leads on to the fact that good sleep is good for our mental health. It's good for the brain. I mentioned earlier about the brain. When we dream, the brain has a detox. It gets rid of stuff it doesn't need anymore. And that's really true, because the brain, when we sleep, relaxes. The brain rejuvenates. The brain can just think about the stuff it doesn't need to when we're working. It can just go into a state of repair. So it's good for our body, but it's also really good for mental health. And one of the things that happens when when we don't feel so good, yeah, when we don't feel so good from a mental health perspective, one of the things happens very often to people is we lose sleep, because maybe we're worrying about something, maybe we're thinking about other stuff. So it's really good for our mental health. And that leads on to this, because I need good sleep because I present to people. I don't always do things online. I go into schools. I'm with people face to face, and I need to be alert. I need to be working well. I need to deliver really well. And if I don't have sleep, I just don't do that very well. And it's the same thing for you. Good sleep allows you to learn. Good sleep allows the brain to take more information in. It allows the brain to be alert. It allows the brain to be ready for the day ahead. And especially if you're revising as well, it's even more important. Yeah, because when we're tired, we just don't take things in. So if when you've got exams coming up, when you've got things to revise for, when you've got a test or whatever it is, make sure you have good sleep. An early night maybe, or a couple of days before the exam, make sure that you're leading up to good sleep, to good rest. So when you're revising, you can take all that information in. And then lastly, good sleep leads to good overall health as well, because when we have good sleep, we make better decisions. We've got more energy to exercise. We've got more energy to eat healthy. We've got more energy to do a lot of other stuff. So sleep is really important. It's not just a boring thing that we have to do because, oh, let's just go to sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why sleep is really important to us. The clear mind, reducing stress and worry, good mental health, learning and revising, which is important for you guys, and working is important for me, so it's the same thing. And overall health, the overall health of our bodies, of our heart, of the way that our body functions. And very often, if you've been unwell, if you've had a cold, or maybe tonsillitis or chest infection, anything like that, rest is important. The fact that we sleep through some of that means the body's resting and the body's repairing, and it's the same thing every night. Okay, so just some top tips, and you can share these with friends and family. Maybe friends don't sleep well, or family, you can share these with them. There's loads, but these are the ones that I do and I work with. So the first one is this one. For those of you that sleep next to your mobile phone, I suggest a bit of a challenge. You move your phone from the side of your bed to the other side of the room. Now, I know people will say, oh, I got to have my phone because that's my alarm. Well, the alarm will go off whether it's next to you or whether it's opposite the room. It doesn't matter. But there's two reasons I want you to move your phone. Number one is there's the temptation of looking at your phone while you're in bed. And that keeps you awake, keeps your brain alert, so it doesn't go to sleep. You're looking at the phone, and all that red light, or all that sort of bright light, see it's lighting up my face and eyes now. Yeah, it's sleep avoidance, so it stops you sleeping. And the second thing is that during the course of the night, your phone lights up, and that blue light that comes from the phone does impact your sleep patterns. Okay, so if it's the opposite side of the room, then it can't do that. And if it's this time of year when it's a bit colder, if you've got to get out of your bed to look at your phone, you might not do that. Okay, so challenge one: move your phone. The second thing is consistency. The brain, when it needs to sleep, likes to go to bed at the same time every night. And I know that sounds really weird and awkward, and you're young and everything else, and I get it, okay? But it does like to go to bed at a consistent time. And when you get a consistent time to go to bed, you create a pattern of sleep. And the sleep is a rhythm. So those of you that play a musical instrument, it's a rhythm. Sleeping is a rhythm. Going to sleep is a consistent rhythm and pattern of what we do. Okay, so if you can get consistency into your sleep pattern, that will really help. So I go to bed at 10 o'clock, and I've done that for a long, long time. And by 10 o'clock, I'm ready for bed. I'm tired. Automatically, my brain and my body saying, okay, it's time for bed now. Okay, so get consistency into your sleeping pattern, and not so much. And people that work shifts find this really difficult. People who work nights find this really difficult. But it's getting a consistency, if you can, in your sleep pattern. And preparation for sleep is really important. So I do a lot of work sometimes with people with stress and they can't sleep. And one of the things I tell them is prepare for bed, prepare for sleep. So things like, okay, half an hour before you want to go to sleep. So I want to go to sleep at about 10 o'clock. So about 9:30, half an hour before, I don't look at my phone. I turn the volume down on the television. I maybe turn some lights out so it's not so bright. I certainly don't have any coffee or tea, or I don't eat anything before going to bed, or I just prepare for sleep. So I take away all the stuff that maybe will avoid me sleeping and stop me sleeping. Yeah. So I prepare for that journey to go to sleep, if you like. Yeah. So I help the body to get tired. And one of the things that I do as well is I prepare tomorrow before bed. So I put my work ready for the morning. I put my clothes ready for the morning. If there's anything I'm worried about, I sort that out before I go to sleep. So I don't go to sleep thinking about something. I don't go to sleep worrying about something, that thinking, oh, where's that now? Instead of saying, well, I'll find it in the morning, I do it then. Because if I don't, I'll think about it when I'm in bed. Yeah, I can't find, where's that book gone? Oh, I don't know, I'll sort it in the morning. Well, no, I'll find it now, and then it's done, and then I'm not worrying about it. Okay, so prepare for sleep and prepare tomorrow before you go to bed. Linked into that is that when people go to bed, they expect to fall asleep. But there's a process. First of all, we have to rest. The bit before sleep is rest. So the bit before we go to sleep means the body needs to rest. And if we just go to bed thinking bang bang, we're not allowing the body to rest. So when you go to bed, allow the body to rest and allow sleep to happen naturally. Yeah. But by rest, I mean it needs to rest. No phone. Sometimes people read a book and allows the brain to rest. Anything that allows the brain to relax and rest is really good. But nothing to excite it too much, nothing to get it going, thinking, oh, what's that? What am I going to do? Reading is really good. Maybe listen to some music that helps you relax. Maybe some people find doing a little game of some kind of little game or a bit of colouring, anything like that just helps the brain to relax. Very often you'll fall asleep because you're allowing the brain to rest. Sometimes if you've been on a car journey late at night and you're sort of just dozing in the car, and because the brain is relaxing, is resting, and then you fall asleep. The environment you sleep in is important, and this is important for me. Darkness and temperature, two key things. Okay, a lot of science around the fact that a dark room is better to sleep in. Some people can sleep in a bit of light, but mainly it's darkness, and the temperature not too hot, not too cold, somewhere in the middle. Depends on you, but You often say, people, I don't like a warm pillow, I don't like a warm bed, all those type of things, yeah, are really important. So try and get it right. And then no naps. Now, some of you I know, and I know friends who would come home from school and have a little nap because they're tired. Nothing wrong with that, but make sure it's no longer than 20 minutes. Because after 20 minutes, you fall into a deep sleep. And when you fall into a deep sleep, it's a different type of sleep. Then you'll wake up feeling groggy and feeling, oh, yeah. But if you have just about 20 minutes, that's just enough just to stop you being so tired, but not so much as to go into a deep sleep, which will affect your night's sleep. Okay, and be careful what time you have your nap. Don't have it too late. Yeah. If you can go without, fine, but 20 minutes is thereabouts the maximum you should have a nap for. Okay. Naps are really good for you, but just be careful it's not too long. And then the last one, relaxation. Try and get the brain to switch off sometime before you go to sleep. So if you've been revising, doing homework, have a rest before you go to bed. Maybe have a bath, maybe do something different to help the brain relax. Like I said, listen to music, watch some TV maybe, but try and get the brain to relax. Try and get the brain to switch off from what you were doing, okay? Because you don't want to go to bed thinking about the stuff that you were working on. So quite a lot of stuff there, isn't there? Quite a lot of things to think about, really. Okay, dreaming in colour. Maybe have a think tonight. Wake up tomorrow morning and think, did I dream in colour last night or did I dream in black and white? And remember, if you're hungry, it could be the fact you're tired. Think about the importance of the sleep, the clear mind, reducing stress and worry. The fact it's good for your mental health, okay? One of the key factors of mental health is good sleep, right? Okay, that helps us to learn, helps us with revising, helps us to give energy, helps us to keep us motivated, okay? So we're not tired. And then some of those top tips. Your challenge today is to move that phone. If your phone is next to your bed, challenge tonight, move your phone away from the side of the bed and put it somewhere else. Prepare for sleep tonight. Think about half an hour before you want to go to bed. What are you doing? Are you doing things that are going to affect your sleep, affect going to sleep? And I'm going to give you some time now. Like every other seminar we've done, we've given you a quarter of an hour at the end to just reflect, just think about stuff we've talked about. And I want you to think about, is there any changes you need to make to your sleeping environment? Maybe the bedroom, maybe temperature, maybe darkness, maybe thinking about, okay, what will I do tonight before I go to sleep? You know, because I don't go to sleep really easily. So maybe think about the factors that are stopping you sleeping. Think about the factors that, it could be the fact you're on your phone really late. I know what goes on, you know, Snapchat and WhatsApp and all those things. And then you're talking away and your brain is really active. Yeah, what we want to do is stop that brain being active a little bit and just resting and relaxing and preparing for a good night's sleep. So look, some things to think about. Just do some of your own research as well. There's a lot of stuff out there. If you find the topic interesting, then do some of your own research as well around it. Okay, but not before you go to bed. So a huge thank you for tuning in. I wish you a really good rest of your half term. So we kept it short because it is half term. So have a good half term. Look after yourselves. Keep well. Remember the things that we've spoken about over the last couple of weeks. Look back on the other seminars as well if you've missed them. And I look forward to speaking to you on the next one. So thank you, diolch yn fawr, and have a great evening and a really, really good night's sleep. Thank you.